Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DSP Reacts to the continual fall of Wings of Redemption, the June the King documentary on YouTube. Now, when we last left off, we were discussing how basically Wings was being really just completely destroyed on YouTube for a lot of bad reasons. People making up fake accounts on TikTok and impersonating him, and him engaging as trolls, which just leads to worse harassment. Let's be honest here, okay? So in this regard, he is addressing a troll who is saying they are directly harassing him because they saw a documentary about him from Sunny V2 basically saying that he's a piece of shit. So he's responding to the troll. I already gave my kind of full take on that situation back over there on part 3. So if you didn't see part 3, I strongly recommend you check it out for that take. But now we're going to continue on and see what else happens here in the documentary. Fair enough? All right, let's continue. Let me switch over here. All right, let's see. Let's continue.
There's huge like issues that he gets entirely wrong in the video. Correct. Using 10 seconds clips out of context. Like not only are they using clips out of context, they also like edit clips.
So in that, he's saying that my video, released May 17th, 2019, is incorrect. And he's right. In my video are incorrect stories about Jordy being shot at his work, which didn't happen because it was a lie. Another thing I got wrong with my video and believing Jordy's lies is that he apparently never graduated high school. This is at the center of the problem. It's his habit of lying.
I used to live on
So what June is saying is that Wings is known for habitually lying about his own life experiences. And so he reported on that, and he feels like he had inaccuracies then in his own documentary about Wings because he was taking what he was saying at face value, but it was not true. Okay, I can understand that. I don't know, was Wings 100% addressing June the King's video? I guess I should have played that segment entirely without breaking, but I took a break. I don't know if he was necessarily, I mean, he was talking specifically about a Sunny V documentary, which I can attest. I know the Sunny V documentaries are bad, that it's a lot of shit that's completely factually wrong and he reports is right. But I don't know about what else he's saying here. But let's continue.
Old Gardens. It's a little subdivision. It's like Section 8 housing out there on 378. And
Oh yeah.
my mom used to have a Monte Carlo. And like I was coming home from school, and this guy was like trying to jack the mother's car. And like he wasn't a very big. He was a kid mainly. And I screamed at him, and he ran away and stuff. And he ends up turning back and takes a shot at me, hits me in the leg.
Wings, everyone's gonna be bummed if you don't show off the bullet wound.
There's nothing to see there, dude.
So, the story is a lie. He was never shot. See, I feel like his earlier days, there was a lot of this kind of shit. Like, he would just make up tall tales to be entertaining for an audience. And, you know, eventually those lies catch up with you, right? So, maybe that's what it was. And what's weird about it is, they would say, oh, these are his early days, 2013. To me, 2013 isn't even the early days. I started in 2008. So, to me, that's like my mid-level career. Even though when you look at it, yeah, that was 10 years ago. Like, damn. It actually was a long time ago. To me, I don't even feel like that was that late, you know?
So the reason my video is in part incorrect is because Jordy is a liar, and a well-known one at that, even as of recently. As an example, let's take the story of when Jordy, at the alleged age of 5, trapped a cat underneath a bucket, and due to not checking up on it, the cat passed away. When joining the Lion's Den, a Discord dedicated to Jordy that is not in his ownership, he is questioned about that story and says it never happened, and is one of the things he lied about.
No, how about we go down memory lane? Since you said you're
Why
not.
the fuck are this many people there to even look? 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 20, there's like 40, 50 people in this chat. Oh my god, just to talk to him and call him out on lies and shit. Oh yeah. You gotta look at the avatars too. Anyway, Christian C did a super chat saying it's true, look it up. I have no idea what you're saying, Christian, or what that's in reference to, but I do appreciate the support regardless, so thank you for that, Christian. And then we did get a, oh, I spelled that horribly. We did get a few tips, or a couple of tips. Tip came in, $1.25 tip from Mr. Puffy Nipples. It was slivers of onions in a kind of sweet sauce. What in the holy hell are you talking about? I think you might have sent a tip to the wrong person. I don't know what that's in regards to. And then we've got a $15 tip, very generous tip, from Ponage 101. If I were to send you a code for some PlayStation credits, would you play either River City Girls or Shantae Half Genie Hero? If so, which game would you choose? Both are 50% off right now. See, I don't really know. I know Shantae. I don't know River City Girls. I don't know what that is. So I can't really say, oh, I'd be interested in that. Or, you know, I've never played a Shantae game before. I would be down to at least try it. The thing is, it really depends on the audience if they want to see the whole thing or not. Here's what I would say. First of all, thank you so much for the tip. Let's play an animation. All right. And let us talk about this. If you'd like to talk about it further, email me. And we'll talk back and forth a little bit about it. Because I don't want to commit to anything. You know, I feel it would be unfair. Oh, yeah, just send it to me, and then I freaking don't do it. That would be pretty dishonest. So please email me. Thank you for the tip. Also, guys, I can't believe this. I completely forgot about something. Are you ready for this? At the next break, I'm going to do a giveaway live on stream. I'm going to do a double giveaway live on stream during the next break. I completely forgot about this. But I have 2 things to give away here live today. So for those of you who stuck around, you guys are actually going to get rewarded. 2 lucky people will earn something completely for free. And that's all I'm going to say. For those of you watching on demand, sorry. I mean, it'll already be over. By the time you watch this on demand, it's already happened. But remind me when I split the part, guys, I'm going to do a double giveaway live on stream right here. There you go. All right. Cool. And it's not an empty game box. Let's continue.
A bad person. Okay, well, remember when you killed that cat and then you were talking to someone?
I didn't actually do that. That's a story that I said on PKA.
So you didn't break a cat's neck or trap a cat under a bucket?
Didn't do none of that.
It was all shock value.
All shock value. The same way as I didn't fuck a cow. I didn't get shot in the knee. I didn't go to Korea for StarCraft. Okay. It was all stuff I made up when I was young to make myself seem more interesting.
It seems like all the stuff he ever said on that Painkiller Already podcast was a lie back in the day, right? It sure seems that way.
Took place in 2021. Now let's go back 2 years prior to a 2-hour-long conversation he had with Woody where he talks about that same story.
Okay.
I got another one.
Yeah.
You know the cat story where young Wings, I'm going to call you 7 years old, put a cat under a bucket and it died?
That's true too.
Is that story true?
Yes.
Oh, it was a kitten too, right?
And I didn't realize it till like probably 6 years later.
What? How did you not? What? How do you not realize it until 6 years later? What does that even mean? This whole thing, okay, what June is trying to do, and I think it's good he's doing this. He's trying to say this narrative can never be clear because you never actually know what he said, if what Wing says is true or not, right? Like, you just can't judge. One day he says it's true. One day he says it's false. His narrative changes all the time. And with a narrative that's constantly changing, you can never know what to believe, right? So now I kind of get the point that June is making here. So
2019 was a period that Jordy established what was and wasn't false about his statements. So back then, the story was true, as he said to Woody. But maybe he was lying up until October 2021 when prompted about the legitimacy of the story. But even then, a month after being thrown that question, in around November of 2021, now the cat story is once again true, but it was an accident.
What?
What's up, Imp Heard? You killed a cat by trapping under the bucket. Is that true? Dude, I didn't kill the cat on purpose. I'm not even gonna talk about that shit. Regardless, to say, I was like 5 years old. People keep leaving that part out.
It is these
It's
inconsistencies.
just, to me, all right, I think that, like, again, this is just like, how can I say, right? The things he talked about were like so long in his past that I feel like when he talked about them, he didn't ever think, oh, again with the Sky Does Minecraft shit? I hit it again. I feel like he felt like nothing would ever come of it negative. Like, no one would ever think that because he brought up a story about something that happened when he was a child, right? This would affect
difficult
him in the
to
present.
take credibility away from Jordy.
Hold on. We gotta go back and find this moment now.
2021, now the cat story is once again.
So that's my strong feeling here is early on he either made up stories or he told stories innocently, believing that they didn't mean anything. Man, this is just wild shit that happened in my past. I'll just tell everyone about it, so that way, it's not that big of a deal because it's from when I was a kid. But then when you become a person on the internet that's reviled, they will look for that shit and they will hunt it down, and they will make it like it's something that happened yesterday. Like you just said, well, this is something that happened when I was 5. Should anyone be held accountable for something that happened when they were 5? Probably not. I don't think so. But at the same time, the story gets getting retold every time. Oh, it's true. It's not true. It was an accident. I didn't realize it till 6 years later. They're like, well, wait, what? So just stop. Just get your story straight. Tell your story. This is what it's going to be forever, and move on. It's the same thing with this age of consent thing with him. About the 12, is it 12 years? Is it 16? It should be 18. And he keeps trying to justify what he said 100. No. You get your story straight. That's your story. Done. Move on. If you said something dumb in the past, like, oh, age of consent should be 12 because it's stupid as shit. I'm sorry I did that. I screwed up. My opinion is different now, but I moved on. That's it. But it's like he can't stop himself from rehashing and re-answering and readdressing, right? He can't. And this is something I'm getting better at now, is that I'm working out the bullshit. I'm not gonna let people just keep hanging on to this nonsense that doesn't have anything to do with me and my content anymore. When trolls keep bringing that shit up, just I'm not gonna put up with this nonsense anymore. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely needs to move on from this shit and stop addressing it entirely. Like, I'm done with that. Not addressing it. Sorry. Boring. Move on. I received a $1.25 tip from Mr. Puffy Nipples again. It's regarding Mongolian beef. Yeah, I think Mongolian beef has some onions, correct? I think Mongolian beef has onions and those little peppers. By the way, we're doing a react, Mr. Puffy Nipples. I'm not sure if you're aware. I'm watching a documentary today, and I'm reacting to it. We're not talking about Mongolian beef. This is not the Mongolian beef reaction day. We're talking about something here, okay? Okay. Let's continue. Thanks for the tip, though. He's talking about sweet onions and Mongolian beef. Good lord.
But it was an accident.
What's up, Emperor?
So here we go again.
I killed a cat by trapping it under the bucket. Is that true? Dude, I didn't kill the cat on purpose.
The Mongolian beef power hour, everyone. Let's talk about ingredients.
I'm not going to talk
what
about
else
that
goes
shit.
in Mongolian beef, everybody?
Regardless, to say, I was like 5 years old. People keep leaving that part out.
It is these inconsistencies that make it all the more difficult to believe any word that comes out of Jordy's mouth. Even if it did happen, he would have been 5 years of age, and something happening around that time may hardly reflect his current character.
Right.
Regardless, lies
What I mean,
like
it doesn't even matter. The shit doesn't matter, but then he keeps talking about it, changing the narrative about it. Just fuck it. It's stupid. Move on from it.
these are what help feed the trolls and strengthens their claims, as it's not too difficult to take credibility away from Jordy, as that's something he does himself. Like his excuse for not quitting streaming and finding alternative employment is that the trolls will follow him to his new job, or that other jobs in his state pay worse than his streaming job.
Wait, he actually found this? He actually found this. So it says top earners in his state make $84,000 with a monthly pay of $7K, 75th average and lowest. So what he's arguing is if he were to quit streaming, he would not be able to make at least $63,000. I can attest to this for sure. I've looked into it. You know, I've been out of the job market since 2010. That's when I was laid off from my office job. 13 effing years, okay? If I were to just stop streaming and try to go out and find a job, likely no one would hire me. It would end up having to be like, I would work like part-time retail jobs, 2 or 3 of them, by the way, which I can't really do because of my back. You know, one of the reasons why my back doesn't hurt me all the time is because I'm not on my feet all day. If I was back to being 9-to-5 job on my feet all day, now you got health issues popping up again. And if I had to work 2 retail jobs to even make, you know, enough money to make ends meet, it literally wouldn't be as much as I make right now. Not even, it would probably be like half, if maybe 60%. You know, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the situation. So I can understand what he's saying. Except I don't know if this is something he came up with or June. Let's see.
But what is likely the truth is it's Jordy's anxiety and how difficult it may be to meld with a world he's not used to.
Hey, Wings, can you admit that part of the reason that you don't stop streaming is that you aren't accustomed in real life since you stream so long? 100%. 100%. Like, I don't feel like I belong in the world outside. I mean, I know that sounds weird as hell, but like, I've been doing this for 14 years. And like, when you go outside and you live in the real world and you have to deal with people every day of the week, it makes you feel like you're an alien.
Why?
I certainly don't feel like that. For me, I've always been kind of flexible. I was fine working an office job. I was fine working retail jobs with other coworkers. I always got along with everyone. You know, it wasn't like there was any issues or anything like that. So for me, that's not the case. For me, it's very much, number one, I love what I do. I don't want to give up what I do. It's amazing what I do. Having this audience, having this fun interaction every day that I have with you guys, I wouldn't give it up for the world. It's too much fun. It's the best job I've ever had. And in addition to that, yeah, I make more money doing this than anything else I could do out there. You know what I'm saying? I could see for him, there's so many issues. He's overweight. Again, anxiety. Tons of issues, really, that would probably prevent him from trying to get another job. And then isn't it true that he got one? He had the DoorDash job and he got canceled by the trolls, I think. Is that coming up, maybe?
This is such an important thing to focus on, is that as much as Jordy tears himself down with inconsistencies, his worst trolls prove him right time after time again. As just 1 week after being canceled on Reddit, he lost his job from DoorDash as he discovered he was banned from the service.
When trolls say get a job, they don't really mean it. I haven't DoorDashed in weeks. This is 100% troll sting. We're good to inform you your Dasher account is deactivated. We received a report you created an unsafe environment involving claims of discrimination or harassment towards another person while using DoorDash. After investigation, we determined the conduct to be in violation of your independent contractor agreement. Review the keeping the platform safe section. You can appeal it by filing out a request here. So again, someone lied. Someone basically said that he was delivering them food. And, oh, by the way, thank you, Gunner Glasses. Thank you, Butters. I'll put those on now. Forgot about that. Sorry about that. And, oh, okay, I'm getting more information about this right now because I don't know the situation. So what I'm being told is he was talking publicly about his DoorDash job, and he was telling stories about people who don't tip. Now, I got a question about that. Does anyone know how DoorDash works? I do. I know how all the delivery services work. I definitely learned about this during the pandemic. So here's how it works. Everyone who works for this company is an independent contractor. No one is an actual employee of DoorDash who delivers food. You get a contract with them. You get an app, all right? And you'll see jobs that are available in your area. And you have the ability to decline them. You don't have to accept every job. The way it works is the only way that you get money, if you're one of these delivery, so they call it gig economy. The only way you can get money is if someone tips. If they don't tip, you literally don't get paid. So my question is, why would you accept a job, a delivery job for food, if you're not making money? I don't understand this. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how it works, but why would you accept the delivery job if you're not making any money, right? And wouldn't you think that if someone was tipping higher, those would be the more demanded jobs? It's not true. I'm being told that's wrong. You still get money even without tips. Well, that's recent. I read an article during the pandemic that said that was not the case, that the only income they receive is their tips. You get mileage. I'm trying to understand this. A million people are talking now. Dasher Pay is made up of 3 parts. There's base pay, customer tips, and promotions. Promotions give you extra money for certain deliveries at certain times. Well, what the base pay, it can't be a lot, right? You're not getting paid hourly base pay. It's a gig economy. It's different, right? You rely on tips, but you will receive a couple dollars per order, okay? But don't, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, because this will definitely add context to the DoorDash situation. Do you not have the ability to accept or deny a job? And isn't that why sometimes someone will order and it takes forever to get a driver, right? The further the trip, the further the base pay. Yes, you can deny jobs. So my question is this. It's a gig economy. You can deny jobs. Who in their right mind would accept a delivery if there's no tip? How is that even a valid complaint, right? Like, oh, I'm a DoorDash driver, or I'm a Uber Eats driver, or I'm a, what's the other one? Grubhub driver. Here's all the jobs available. This one person won't tip, okay? Well, fuck you then. Then I'm not taking the job, and that person could not get their food delivered. I'll deliver everyone who has a brain in their head, right? SD Charger says, I did Uber Eats before. You get a base mileage pay. When you deny a job, the base pay increases. The next driver has more incentive to take that job. Wow, this is a fascinating formula. I'm learning a lot today. I hope everyone watching is learning a lot too. I knew nothing about this. So, okay. Also, if you keep denying too many times, they may send you less jobs as well. So there's a million factors involved. So what they're saying here, we got a report you created an unsafe environment, including claims of discrimination and harassment towards other persons while using DoorDash. I wonder what that means. I would guarantee you, because he revealed to the internet that he's DoorDashing, right? It's not like people just knew. He had to have told his stream that he's a DoorDasher, correct? So he tells his stream this. Now the trolls immediately get into action. How do we stop this? How do we hurt this man? So let's show DoorDash all the things he said over the years. I mean, we just saw a joke about the color of controllers, a white and a black controller. That if you just showed that joke to DoorDash, they probably would have terminated his contract regardless. Even if it has nothing to do with DoorDashing, right? That's what I mean. So the second that he announces, I'm working for DoorDash, is the mistake. Why is he telling people on the internet he's working for DoorDash? I'm genuinely at a loss with the amount of information this man shares with the internet. It is baffling to me that he would tell anyone that he was doing this, you know?
The reason given by the company was because they believe he was causing an unsafe environment involving claims of discrimination and or harassment. In a deleted tweet, Jordy believes it was because trolls were reporting him for recording information on how well people tipped.
What? He showed this? But he showed this after the fact. Or did he show this before the fact? Huh? I am so confused now. If he showed a notebook of tracked tips on stream, that is definitely a violation. You can't do that. If he didn't show this on stream, then it couldn't have been a factor.
Or it could have been this very old clip of Jordy presumably talking about his days as a pizza delivery driver.
Black people don't tip. And like during my period as a delivery driver, I started hating black people more and more.
Jordy now being...
So again, if you know that you've said these kind of things in the past, why would you tell people you're working for DoorDash? It's just going to create the environment for harassment, correct?
Banned from DoorDash, it closed one possibility for him to order food to his house. But that did not stop food from arriving in droves. It was, as it was before, called in and ordered by viewers and also encouraged by Jordy.
The dude, whoever sent the chili, there's a big difference in sending chili and sending the cops. Okay? Just a second.
Like chili's, that's trolling. That shit.
What the fuck are we looking at? Did he get sucked into an alternate dimension? He's talking to us through the fucking Stargate? Like, what is this? What happened to the stream? What the fuck, dude? And of course, it's okay to send me food. No, it shouldn't be okay for anything. No, literally, he did again. This is like through the eyes of the Predator. We got the Predator mask on. Shh, shh. But anyway, no, the way I see it, it's all or nothing. You can't say, oh, just send us certain things. No. I tell you guys, I accept nothing. If you're going to send me anything, you must run it by me. We will talk about it ahead of time. We'll have a discussion. If I accept it, send it. If not, don't send it. Anything that comes to my house that I didn't order goes in the trash. And this has happened many times over the years. I don't know what it is. I don't even know. I might have thrown out fucking valuable shit. I might have thrown out wads of money. I don't know. It goes in the fucking trash. Because I'm not risking my own health, my family's health. I don't know what you're sending me. Who knows? There's fucking nut jobs out there, okay? So anything I get, I don't recognize it, right in the garbage can, okay? Same thing here. He should not be accepting anything. You're like, oh, it's just trolling. I like the chili. No. That's disingenuous. So now you're saying, oh, send me free shit whenever, as long as something I can eat. But then don't send me the bad thing. No. It's just, fuck that. Stop that nonsense. Turn it all off. You know what I mean? Because by saying what he just said, that just, again, that encourages the trolls again to do stuff.
I can get behind.
That's not to say that there weren't issues. Sometimes the orders consisted of just a bun, or even worse, a salad without dressing.
Watch, here it is right here. Here's your salad. In the trash. Dude, I didn't ask for DoorDash to begin with. And then on top of things, they sent me a salad without salad dressing and shit like that. Like,
a salad without salad
dressing.
Take it real. Throw
Majority streaming times and
That's why you don't encourage it. That's literally the very, very reason why you don't encourage it. Okay, that's why. There's your answer.
Sleep schedule parallel to one another. When streaming, orders would come in at higher rates, which caused her to wake up not just from the knocking, but also from the dogs barking in reaction. So being fed up with it, she confronted Jordy, and in order to appease Kelly, signs were pasted on his front door asking the delivery drivers to not knock. Here is a picture of that sign, along with hundreds, maybe even thousands, of shipping boxes presumably ordered by a troll.
Oh my god, look at his front porch, dude. Holy shit, dude. I mean, there's stacks of shit. There's the boxes on the right. There's like a stack, it looks like a stack of papers on the left. Another box there. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So the moment that he says, oh, I'll accept good stuff, that's it. That's the end. That means here comes everything, right? I mean, that's why you can't. You cannot. It's no, don't send me this shit.
But cardboard boxes are not a threat.
Wow.
They are an annoyance. Heavily armed police officers responding to a call of an unwell man with a gun is a threat. As another swatting took place about a month after he was banned from DoorDash on November 9th, 2021. With the impersonations and false police reports increasing, it was apparent that those Reddit posts took on their intended effect, and the trolling of Jordy was maybe even more severe than he was getting pre-surgery. So this was clearly affecting Jordy's personal life, but it was also affecting trolls and clip channels alike, as doxing and harassment within their own communities levied at each other was a common sight, with channels such as XBottles01 and Wings007 falling victim to that attack.
What the fuck are they talking
Trolling
about?
can be as light as repeating a few of his popular phrases in his chat, or it can be as severe as sending the police to his house. Still, the worse the harassment, the more people will tend to leave the community for actions like hacking his PlayStation account. This action was enough to go Jordy.
Oh, I remember this one. People came and told me about it. They came out to my street and said, "Would you hear Wings got his PSN stolen or whatever?" And I was like, "That sucks ass. Doesn't he have like, two-factor authorization and all of that?" And I guess people were saying someone socially engineered it or whatever. I don't know. I do my best to have security on all my accounts. I don't really know what's happened here.
To enter the lion's den once more in an attempt to get his account back, as he assumed one of them is in possession of it. Still, according to his Twitter, he reobtained his account 8 days later. That solved one issue for the time being, leaving other issues of increasing impersonation to get worse on all fronts. As now at the end of 2021, a time period where one might analyze their year to make notes on their improvements and failures, to many, Jordy was leaning heavily on one side.
Dude, what is happening?
Even Frederick Knudsen had something to say about Jordy's position.
I wanted to circle back to Wings of Redemption. So when you were doing the Down the Rabbit Hole on Wings, it's a 2-hour video, so there was a lot that went into this. Did you go to his streams and watch live?
I did a little bit, but watching live did not really help terribly much, except to give me a feeling of where he was at the time, which is unfortunately a very different place from where he is now.
Do you think he's in a worse or better place now?
Much worse.
Much worse. It only ever gets worse, man. These people never
improve.
For those, sometimes they do. It's a tragedy because
it is.
You can't see. That's just some guy Hugbee's TV. That's just a guest. He's not saying nothing. He's just sitting there silent. Don't worry. I'm not blocking anyone important.
Jordy, it seems like he's getting better, and then things get worse.
Knudsen provides the point that it appears that sometimes things are getting better, but they just get worse. Likely in reference to the increasing amount of trolling Jordy is receiving paired with his failing weight loss surgery. But also true is sometimes things seem to be worse as they can be, only for things to get even worse.
So, wow, we still have another half an hour? No, we have about 25 more minutes. Okay, I was like, dude, how much longer is this?
This represented well by the start of 2022. Though January lacked in drama, February seemed to be chock full of it, due to new claims that seem to be very damning on the surface level. These allegations towards Jordy are very different from the ones he's usually presented with, as to say where most claims against him are assumptions made about Jordy by the various clips of him at his worst points, which lack necessary testimonies of someone that might know Jordy's activities outside of streaming. That testimony came in the form of Jordy's neighbor that truly was more so of a childhood friend to his brother, as this person had notable grievances towards Jordy. With this increased attention around Jordy, this person reached out to one of the troll channels and offered insider knowledge about rumors that only those close to Jordy and his family would know about.
So this is only a year ago. I'm assuming this is going to be the final topic, considering there's only like 23 minutes left. I don't know anything about this. No, you guys never even told me about this, did you? This part is something that a childhood friend. I don't know anything about this.
Eager to know more, but also skeptical of this man's credibility, the trolls began an interview that lasted a little under 2 hours. But what was released on the channel Wingtings V4, that at this point has been banned for copyright abuse, were segments of the interview that sparked widespread interest in Jordy. Though as many people wanted the full context, the entire interview was released on February 19th, 2022. This is the section of that interview that gained large-scale attention.
Okay. We were given consent by this person to record the following conversation. The name of the person speaking out has been censored for the sake of privacy. Oh, boy. Okay. The person in question was provided proof he knows and visits Wings of Redemption on a regular basis. Opinions in this video are only of the person being interviewed and not our own, edited for brevity. That note is from June, right there. June the King.
Yeah, so you said you've known Jordy for like 30 years or something?
Yeah, pretty much his whole life. Yeah, I live right down the street from him. He only stays like 2 roads over from me. For me, and what made me reach out, really, is the rumors about because there was rumors going around through the family about possible.
Excuse me. It tickled my throat out of nowhere. I wanted to pause so I didn't cough over it. Sorry about that. Excuse me.
Sexual assault on his sister.
What? Say it again, Wings?
What?
Don't feel ashamed if you got to jerk your shit to your sister.
He had either said, I believe that he said something extremely inappropriate. And when he was called on it when she confronted him about what he had said, he said that he didn't care what he said because what he said wasn't a fucking lie. And it was some fucking straight up inappropriate shit to be saying about your 13-year-old sister. But my mother, who's his mother's best friend, I'm assuming wouldn't tell me a lie about it.
There was some editing and over-dramatization in this clip that skews the viewer in terms of what these allegations are.
Okay.
This clip makes it seem like the controversial thing that Jordy did was getting caught pleasuring himself with an image of his sister, but it was unknown what Jordy was being truly accused of.
So, okay, at this point in the timeline, the full interview had not been released, so I guess what they're saying is that wasn't even what the conversation was supposed to be about. Okay.
As an actual retelling of what might have happened was not available in this clip. There was no true accusation levied towards Jordy, at least not a clear one. No doubt, Jordy was very much displeased with these new rumors about him, so it is believed that he contacted his neighbor and
I can let you know today, buddy, give till evening to get stuff moved around. Why did you feel the need to lie about me? I'm not sure what you're talking about. And then here's the link. saying I jerked off to my sister, that my wife only agreed to marry me if I gave her land. You realize this is slander and I can disprove all your claims. I'm watching it now. What is your endgame with this? This was a 3-hour conversation with 4 others about several different people. They edited a shit ton of shit together. The sister thing wasn't touching or anything. It was about something said. And the dick pic shit was my take on the PKA shit. The other shit was edited from the other shit. So what he's saying is basically this was a conversation that was completely edited to make it sound like it wasn't, that they had talked about a ton of stuff together and they edited it together to make it was all about Jordy when it wasn't. I guess that's what we're trying to take from this conversation. Sid Alchemist, thank you for the super chat, but let's not spoil here. Let's continue because it seems like what you said in your super chat is a spoiler. So let's keep going and see where this goes before I read what you said. Please bear with me. I know you guys are desperate to tell me what's going on, but let's let the doc unfold. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Threatened to sue him for defamation, and that's possibly why his neighbor...
Oh, here we go. What the fuck? I never consented to the recording. This shit isn't in context at all. So calling me a bully and lying about meeting my wife was edited. I mentioned seeing you all at Walmart, and the rest of the shit is edited and chopped up. They wanted me to talk about personal shit. I told them me and Kenneth hanging. They wanted me to talk about your sister. I told them I didn't really know her like that, and they hacked up my words. Here's what I need from you then. Make this right. I'm going to need you to come on stream with me and talk about it and come clean.
That we now know as Aaron released an apology.
Hello, my name is Aaron, and I'd like to say that I'm doing this on my own accord. Everything that I said about Jordy and his family was lies.
He looks like the Grinch. Look at his face. He looks like the Grinch from, you know, how the Grinch stole Christmas. His face, like his features, his eyes. He looks like the Grinch.
I lied through my teeth. It was wrong of me to do. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't hear any of the information from anybody else. It was all me. And I apologize. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to Jordy and your family. I'm very sorry to everyone that's been hurt by these lies. I shouldn't have done it. It was wrong of me. I apologize. Very sincerely apologize. I did what I did and I said what I said. Unfortunately, I can't take back what I did.
Now, what's weird about this is he literally just said in the text message, I didn't say it, it was chopped up. But now he's doing a public apology saying, I said it and I'm sorry. So what's the real story? Did he say it or did they chop it up to misrepresent what he was saying? Why would he apologize for something he didn't do?
If I could, I would. But I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry for any pain that I may have caused you guys, and did cause you guys. My mother didn't have anything to do with any of the shit that was said. I lied about all of it. I'm sorry. Every single piece of it was a lie. And I don't even have a good explanation as to why I even did it. It's just, I just did.
Weird.
I'm sorry I lied.
I would say it's weird, except this has happened to me too. I've had moderators who for some reason secretly hated my guts, and then after the fact, they like made up all this shit about me, and I'm like, what's the point? You know, unless you're just trying to get clout with the trolls, like, what's the point of doing this? You know what I mean? At least to something to be said with my past with guys like John Rambo and Howard. All right, they legitimately had a friendship with me. Maybe they had some legitimate gripes. I said as much in my react about that last year. But someone who like I said, like a moderator who I don't personally know all my moderators. They're not like my close friends or whatever, but I'm friendly with them. You know, we have behind the scenes chats and things. And then all of a sudden a moderator will turn on me and be like saying nasty shit about me. I'm like, what happened? Like I had one, I distinctly remember this. Many years ago, I met a person who was a fan of mine at a convention. After I met them at the convention, we had to starting having email conversations, and they offered to moderate for me. I said, sure. They moderated me for about 2 years, and then they disappeared completely. So I never demodded them. I didn't even think anything of it. They appear like 2 years later, and they start trolling. They start banning everyone in my chat. They start screwing everything up. Like, what the hell? So I fix it all. I realize it's them. I demod them. And then they make videos. Oh, yeah, that Dark Side feels a piece of shit or whatever. It's like, I haven't talked to you in 2 years. And the last conversations we had were cordial. And you said you couldn't moderate anymore. And I said, okay, that's fine. Like, where did this come from? Right? This has definitely happened to me where it's like, I don't get it. Why would you all of a sudden just do nasty shit, say nasty shit? Like, what do you have to benefit from that? I don't get it, you know? Maybe it is the appeal of getting some kind of a clout. Maybe your life is so fucking boring and trite and meaningless that you think that actually getting attention from a bunch of mob of internet trolls for hurting someone is something of value. I don't know. I certainly think that's one of the dumbest things you could ever do in your life. But, man, this sounds stupid. If this is, again, I don't know, we're going to continue, right? But your situation like this, it's like, why did this guy just say a bunch of lies? I don't know.
And hopefully Jordy and his family will forgive me. And if not, I understand.
With these persisting rumors, Aaron, the same day of the initial clip's release, made an appearance on Jordy.
I would do anything to make this shit go away. It was too far. They took my words and made this shit from 4 hours of my conversation. Come over today if possible. We'll clear the air. They talked about so much shit, asking me so many questions.
His live stream.
Sounds like you're trying to be the victim now. Then why did you answer any of it? Just leave, stupid.
No, I'm trying to nip this in the bud early. A video came out today that said some slanderous things. And it's got my whole family in an uproar because most of it's pure T lies. And this is the guy that's going to be in the video. So we're going to play the video for you guys. We're going to play the audio of the video. Let you guys hear what's said. We're going to address this conversation.
There was also the rare phone call from Jordy's mother, who at this point showed much anger towards Aaron.
Hey, you're being recorded right now, Mama, so...
No, I ain't talking to you. I ain't getting on that shit.
He's right here. You got to talk to him.
I'm attempting
all these lies needs to be straightened out right now.
I'm attempting to. They clipped a whole bunch of things that were said over 4 hours out of context to make this video.
Yeah, but I'm not getting trolled. I'm sick of this internet shit.
I am too. And I apologize. If this shit caused anybody any problems, I apologize. I want to let you know that.
Majority y'all, that come up between y'all need to tell it.
We are.
So, Mama, I got you here. Did I move to my grandparents because I diddled Taylor?
No.
Yeah, no. Exactly. No. That's what I'm saying. They took all of this shit and clipped it out of context.
Immediately, there seems to be inconsistencies, as Aaron, as we can tell by the clip, approached the trolls, but now is saying he did not agree to it, which is most likely in reference to consenting to being recorded.
So, again, we don't know the whole situation yet. But again, there's a lot of issues here. Like, I mean, the whole theme of this documentary, has been taking stuff that should be private and making it public. And when it becomes public, it becomes an issue. You're sharing too much information. This is a situation. This was not Wing's fault. Correct? This is a situation where this is not Wings doing it. It's someone else finally doing it. In which case, you can't really stop that because you weren't involved in it. Correct? So this may be the one situation in this entire documentary I can't point a finger and say that's Wing's fault because really he didn't do it, right? At the same time, though, if this was going to happen, if this video was going to hit the internet, all right, then why not just have this guy come out and say, all right, listen, this is all wrong. Don't believe that video. It's a complete lie. It's not what I said, or I said it, but I lied. Done, right? And that's where it should be ended, in my opinion. Just have the guy come out and publicly say, no, I'm the one in that video. It's all lies. Don't believe it. Too bad. Move on. And I think it basically would have been, I don't know if it would have gone away because these trolls are so fucked up. But at the same time, it feels like at least that would have been like, all right, whatever. There's so much else to talk about. Just brush this one under the rug and move on to the next. But it seems like now, so not only does he come out and he has to do an apology video, now he's on a podcast. Now, how much further does this go, right? We still have 15, 17 minutes. So something else is going to happen for sure, right? Like, I think we know something else is about to happen. This is not going to be the end of it, correct? There's going to be more going on, I feel. I guess we'll continue here. By the way, We hit 200 likes. Every time that we hit 100 likes on my stream, I do a silly thing to celebrate. Let's do a quick celebratory bubble blow for everyone. Thank you, Disco. Disco is saying good work with the react today. I appreciate that. We're almost done. We're almost there. All right. Amazing. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to figure out where to split this because I guess we'll go a little bit further and I'll probably split it because I do have like a final thoughts kind of summary to do on it as well. All right. All right, let's continue.
He also claimed...
I'm in the wrong screen. I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. Here we go.
The interview was 4 hours long.
They clipped a whole bunch of things that were said over 4 hours.
But in the DMs with Jordy, Aaron says the conversation was 3 hours long. The interview was released a few days later, which clocks in about 2 hours long. So either Aaron was lying, or the trolls were selective in only showing 2 of the 4 hours.
Huh.
For the time being, we'll focus on his claims. As this stream proceeds, it becomes more apparent that either there was a massive miscommunication, the trolls manipulated footage, or Aaron was lying about what is being said.
So something is a lie. No matter what, there's a lie here, right?
As he is now claiming when talking about Jordy's sister, he was stating that she was the victim of someone that was not Jordy.
And when he was called on it when she confronted him about what he had said,
What's he doing with his hand? Look at his hand. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Look at the guy's hand. Aaron's hand. What's he doing? It's like he wants to cop a feel on the mic. What is he? It's like, it's right there. I can't. I'm on camera. Wait, but it's right there. I can't do it on camera. What the hell is going on? Anyway, let's continue.
Said that he didn't care what he said because...
Now, this was a completely different person I was talking about in the conversation. Because they were trying to bring up that age of consent, and they knew that he had a younger sister, and they were trying to say all this stuff about him with this molesting his sister, supposedly, or whatever the hell they wanted to try and spin there. And what I was talking about was another fella that I know, James, that legitimately had problems with
Much of Aaron's appearance on Jordy's livestream was him claiming the trolls tricked him into saying falsities about Jordy and saying that much of it was taken out of context. But it becomes less believable that Aaron is reflecting honestly about what he said in the interview. Here is an example. On Jordy's stream, he says this.
This was a scenario brought up by them. They said, well, do you think that Wings' wife married him for his property or for his money or for this or for that, or that he did the other? And I was spinning on what they were saying. I gave my hypothetical on the shit too. Like I said, it was in conversation. This shit shouldn't have been mallyhacked and put on the freaking internet. Dumb shit, bro.
In the interview, without any signs of coaxing, he says this.
I'm trying to be funny with
and she's heavy trolling on the dude. She's heavy trolling him. Like all the time. I bumped into her at Walmart one time and she went on a 20-minute tirade about how he's a fucking disgusting pig and he stinks, and when he sleeps he fucking snores. How uncomfortable it is fucking living with the guy. Like why in the fuck are you married? I'd say it's about mutual. I feel like the marriage was to get at each other, really. He also wants a little bit of a tax break, because if he's married and his wife's there as a burden, he can claim more tax money. Yeah, oh yeah. All she has to do is do a basic 9 to 5 for 25 hours, and he can just piggyback off her health insurance.
You could tell throughout that whole entire thing that this shit was all clipped up together. Like I said, man, it's...
Well, but what? You could tell that shit was all clipped up together, but even so, even out of context, if you break that up, it's bad, right? Even if you break it up into digestible nuggets, each one is a slam against Jordy and his wife, right? Or a negative assumption about Jordy and his wife. So it doesn't really matter if you break it up or you combine it. It still sounds horrible, right? That doesn't sound right to me at all. Like, that sounds like bullshit. Like, it sounds like he got caught red-handed, right? Saying this shit. And maybe he's defending himself. This is weird. All right. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll split the part here because we're going to have the final, 14 minutes, but as you know, it takes me longer than 14 minutes to go through that. And I do want to have a final thought, so rather than me, rushing all of that, let's split the part here. So this will be the end of part 4. Thank you all, everyone who's still watching this react. Thank you very much. I hope that you are enjoying it. If you could like the videos, leave comments, perhaps considering becoming a member of this channel, which is the major way to support it. All that stuff would be absolutely outstanding if you could. Thank you very much. And when we come back, it'll be the 5th and final part of me reacting to the continual fall of Wings of Redemption. See how it ends. Thank you all. I'll be back soon.